Who's excited for Hard Knocks Episode 3? Type D for duh or type TY for Tom yeah. Man, I am super pumped for Hard Knocks Episode 3. So what we're going to do here on today's show, I want you to use hashtag Raiders to get your comments flowing here on the show. Now, type D for duh and type TY for Tom yeah. Are you excited for Hard Knocks Episode 3? My next question that I want to ask you guys, what are you watching for in Hard Knocks Episode 3? Are you watching for a certain player? Are you looking for certain coaches? Do you want to see a certain celebrity on the sideline? Would you get ticked off if I just showed up on Episode 3? I want you guys to comment below what you're watching for in Episode 3 of Hard Knocks, okay? I'm very curious what you guys end up coming up with. So somebody says more cuts. Somebody said duh, Antonio Brown. Man, I totally agree. Tommy Powell says Josh Jacobs. You know what, Tommy Powell? We have something in common. So what am I watching for? Number one thing on my list for Hard Knocks Episode 3, it's Josh Jacobs. Where are you, man? Where's Josh Jacobs? Like I said, the only book that I would buy this entire year is Where's Josh Jacobs. I don't need Where's Waldo. I need Where's Josh Jacobs. Now, he came out and said that he's hiding from Hard Knocks a little bit. Maybe he doesn't want to be the center of attention. But he looked really good against the Cardinals, and I do want to see Josh Jacobs at least make an appearance. So he's the first thing I'm looking for. Number 2, more AB helmet saga. Man, you can almost guarantee there's going to be a whole bunch of Antonio Brown helmet saga, and I can't wait to see it all. I want to see behind the scenes. I want to see Mike Mayoff getting ticked off. I want to see John Gruden get mad because last week's episode, they were already upset. And now you put this little cherry on top of what came out today? Yeah, give me some more AB helmet saga. Number 3, I want to look at the UDFAs. Keelan Doss has been absolutely balling out. 7 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown this preseason. How's he doing? How's Tavon Coney doing? Maybe some other players, like Lester Cotton, Alec Ingold. I want to continue to see these other players and how they continue to progress on the Raiders. Number 4, man, I want to see A.J. Cole get some love. Punters are people too, right? We always rip on kickers. We always rip on punters. But I think A.J. Cole flat out whooped Johnny Townsend, and I wish Johnny Townsend the best, right? Once a Raider, always a Raider. But I want to see this kid on Hard Knocks, and I want to see John Gruden tell him, hey, man, you're going to be our starting punter. Number 5 thing that I want, and probably the thing that I want to see the absolute most, I want to see all the Kyler Murray talk, right? You guys used to get so mad at me when I would talk about Kyler Murray. Talk about Kyler Murray and all the rumors. But hey, when it's put out there, I'm going to talk about the rumors, and then we're going to go on from it. But I want to see the inside look about what the Raiders defenders actually thought about Kyler. I want to hear what during the game, right? What the players are saying about Murray, because the dude didn't look good. 3 of 8 for 12 yards, and he took a safety. So my 5 things that I can't wait to watch for Episode 3, Josh Jacobs, more Antonio Brown helmet saga, the UDFAs, A.J. Cole winning that punter spot, and all the Kyler Murray trash talk. So this is going to be a live Q&A. So if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook, the way that you're going to get your questions on the show is by using hashtag Raiders. So for those of you that have been following directions, for those of you that who've watched my show before, you'll know that when you use hashtag Raiders, producer Dylan in the background, who literally did a Baker Mayfield style chug with me my last watch party, can get those questions on the show. So for everyone who's watching on Facebook, remember to use hashtag Raiders to have your questions here answered on the show. So Ken, I see you. Charles, I see you on Facebook. Also, I see Rick, Eric Ross. Eric Ross says Carr is better than Kyler Murray. Show me the lie. Show me the lie. So use hashtag Raiders to have your questions here answered on the show. That way we can pull them in from YouTube. We can pull them in from Facebook. It's probably the easiest way to get that done. So, do we got one? Not yet? All right. So Cali King says, was it me or did our defense look a lot faster this year? You know what, man? I think the defense has looked pretty good overall. This one's also coming in from Alex. What a chump. Shake my head. Yeah, call Dylan a chump all you want. Use hashtag Raiders, guys. Get your questions on the show. But yeah, Cali King, I thought the defense looked a lot quicker. Let's go to Lamar Johnson now, looking fly in that white shirt. I'm watching for Antonio Brown, Josh Jacobs, and Burfict. I think those are all 3 solid players, right? So I think if we could also get these questions around Hard Knocks, I'd appreciate that a lot more. So Antonio Brown is no doubt a player that you should be watching for, Lamar. Josh Jacobs, again, the running back who we drafted 24th overall. Vontaze, where's Vontaze Burfict been? He's made like 10-second appearance. They was talking about Jonathan Abram here and Tahir Whitehead. We're talking back and forth for a little bit, but all three solid players that you guys should watch for. Next one's coming from my dude, D. Drake. I kind of want to scan that barcode. What is the word on Max Crosby's hand injury? So I actually talked to Max this weekend. He's doing well. He's healing up pretty quick. Hopefully he can come on the show sometime. He's from Dallas. But Max is fine, right? Max saw my show. He watched it. He gave me a shout out. Also gave me a follow on Twitter. So Max, shout out to you. But his hand is totally fine. I don't know if he's going to end up playing for the rest of training camp or anything like that. But in terms of him being ready for week 1 against the Broncos, like, yeah, Max Crosby's totally fine. Let's go to Bobby Bennett. Bobby, are you a loyal watcher? How often do you watch my videos? Can everyone who's watching the show know what I'm going to say? You guys can type it in the comments section. All right, our receivers overall. Okay, hang on. Raiders are our receivers overall is good, man. Don't you think so? Spell check is cool. I think our receivers have been playing much, much better, right? I mean, and considering the fact that the Raiders look as good as they do without Antonio Brown, that's pretty exciting. Tyrell Williams, a great 27-yard catch. Ryan Grant, I'm going to tip my cap to him because he's played really, really solid. But then also you have like these sleepers like Keelan Doss. Keon Hatcher's been okay. I expect Hunter Renfrow to be a solid player. But overall, Bobby, like our receivers, yeah, I've been very impressed with them. I want to see a little bit more, though, out of the tight ends. Oh, man, what a name. Let's go to this next one. To be honest, this is the one guy I do not want you to ever get a picture. What do you think of Tom so far? I don't know if you mean Tom Downey or Tom Cable. Tom Cable, I mean, if we're going to go off of that, the offensive line, I think, for the Raiders has actually looked pretty good. So if you're talking about Tom Cable, I'm not going to put an FC in the comment section for the first time ever because the offensive line is protecting Carr, and they've been running the football pretty solid. Let's go to Cali King. This is one of the questions I was talking about earlier here. Was it me, or did our defense look faster this year? I mean, Arden Key looks really good. Cleveland Furl's got that motor, and overall, like, they look fresh. So 2 weeks ago, I talked about the Raiders potentially breaking out this new, like, NASCAR package, you know, kind of keeping these players fresh. The Raiders are getting after the quarterbacks. I mean, they really are. They gave Blake Bortles and the Rams quarterbacks a whole bunch of trouble. Sure, I probably just ruined my entire argument by starting it with Blake Bortles, right? But also Kyler Murray, like, they were able to get after him and really heckle him. Like, Kyler Murray against the blitz was really, really bad. I think he was like 1 of 5 for 8 yards and took a safety. If the Raiders are able to get after the quarterback and just, a lot of times you don't even need to just sack the guy. If you know that you're coming, that's enough. So Cali, man, like, I totally agree with you. The defense did look a lot faster. So Cali King, I know, has been one of my most loyal subscribers for a very, very long time. Now, I want to ask everyone who's watching, how long have you been a subscriber to youtube.com/Raiders Report? So I know there's a bunch of people right now watching on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, also make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe there as well. I put out a lot of content. Also, the community aspect of YouTube is really cool. So we put out polls every single day. I a lot of times take what you guys say in those polls. I put them on the show because I like to see what the nation has to say. So how long have you guys been a subscriber of the Raiders Report? And if this is the first time you're ever watching this video, click the big red button. I always say if you're colorblind, it might be gray, so click that as well. So continue to spread the show, continue to grow the show, because the more followers I get, the more subscribers I get, the more giveaways we can do, the more shows I can do, the more fun we can have. So how long have you been a subscriber? Put it in the comments section. Let's go to Ken Peterson now. Who gets the #1 spot for tight end? I think it's a good question. The tight end position is definitely one that we should monitor, right, for the Raiders because of Jared Cook. Jared Cook last year, 896 receiving yards, 68 catches, 6 touchdowns. When you look at the Raiders tight ends just from an entire standpoint, Ken, Paul Butler, not worried about him. Luke Wilson, he's on the roster bubble. Derek Carrier, originally I thought the Raiders could potentially cut him to save $1.7 million, but they're probably going to end up hanging on to him more for special teams reasons. So then you have Foster Moreau and Darren Waller. From all reports, from everything that I've seen, it's Darren Waller's job to lose. He's been uncoverable. He's been the Raiders' secret weapon. Darren Waller's a very, very good and talented player. Last thing about Darren Waller, and then I'll get to my next question. He is an absolute athletic freak, okay? I know I've said this stat a few times on the Raiders Report, but Darren Waller ran a better 40 time than Devontae Adams. He had a better vertical leap than DeAndre Hopkins. He had a better 60 shuttle time than Antonio Brown. He had a better broad jump than Odell Beckham Jr. Darren Waller is a very, very talented human being. He just needs to put it all together, and if he gets the opportunities, I think he can do it. Let's go to Ryan. Do you think Carr could be at MVP level without Antonio Brown? No, I don't think so. And I also don't think that even with Antonio Brown, he can win the MVP. Like, the MVP award is more based on, I think, team wins, and it's more based on stats, I think, and is what you're going to see. And I don't really think Derek Carr is going to go out there this year and throw for 5,000 yards. I don't think he's going to go out there and throw for 40 touchdowns. I don't think that's the recipe for success for this Oakland Raiders team. Like we saw in that first drive, it was a lot of run plays, and it's going to be what the Raiders want to do. The Raiders are going to want to end up running the football. They want to take the clock down low. And sure, Derek might have, I think, a career high in touchdowns. Like, he really could. But in terms of a career high in yards, I think he's going to be around right where he was last year, like mid-4th or low 4,000s. I should say, like, if he's at 4,200, that's a career high as well. Like, I think Derek Carr and this entire receiving offense is talented, but MVP level, I think that's still pushing it a little bit. Let's go to Black Hill Mike. Are the Raiders trying to build D? I don't know if you can say that. Washington's trade value, and if they trade who? If they trade him, where would he go? I still don't think DeAndre Washington has any trade value. Like, he's probably still the 5th running back on our team, and I would be absolutely astonished. I know that the kid has looked good this preseason, but I don't really see any single team going out and trading for DeAndre Washington. And I think at the absolute most, you're getting like a 7th round pick. It might sting a little bit to hear that, but remember, it's the preseason. There was a running back that y'all used to love a lot who was very, very good last preseason, and he's no longer even with the team. DeAndre Washington has been playing well, and yes, the Raiders continue to build the D. Yeah, nice. But I just don't think DeAndre Washington has actually any real value. So the next question I want to ask you guys, Black Hill, thank you for yours, is will the Raiders win Week 1? Type R for Raiders or type B for Broncos. If there's anybody that types B for Broncos, I want you to unsubscribe to the channel, and I never want to see you again. No, I'm kidding. Will the Raiders win Week 1? I'm going to end up going to this game, all right? So I'm going to Week 1 versus the Denver Broncos, and I'm hoping to see a bunch of people there. So type R for Raiders. Yeah, I was just going to say, if I see a single B in the comment section, I'm going to be really freaking pissed off. So R for Raiders, B for Broncos. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, put it in the comments section. Now, the reason why I'm asking this is because the other day someone's like, yeah, Mitch, I'm going to the Raiders game, but I need a new Raiders jersey. You know who you are. Hit me up. So if you need a new Raiders jersey for Week 1, comment below which Raider jersey you would get. Would you get a Jonathan Abram? What about a Cleveland Ferrell? Arden Key? Josh Jacobs? Antonio Brown? I want to know which jersey you guys would want. So if you need a new jersey for Week 1, okay, this is what you got to do. You got to go to chatsports.com/Raiders. You must use that link. So I'm going to say it again. Chatsports.com/Raiders. Once you go to my bookie using that link, I'm going to say it 3 times. Chatsports.com/Raiders. And when you use my promo code GORaiders, if you put down $50, send me a screenshot and I can get you any Raiders jersey you want. Any single one you want. So tell me if you can find a Raiders jersey for $50. I'm going to say good luck because I don't think you can. So chatsports.com/Raiders. Get a Raiders jersey today. All right, another question here. Which Hard Knocks episode was better? 1 or 2? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say on this one. So which Hard Knocks episode was better? Episode 1 or was episode 2 better? So episode 1, I gave this one a B grade. It was fun. There was a lot of Antonio Brown, drama. There was some love for Jonathan Abram. You saw Derek Carr in there a little bit. The family aspect of episode 1 was cool. Then you had episode 2. Episode 2, I gave an A. We got to see the Rams players. Sure, a lot more Jonathan Abram, Antonio Brown. But for me, episode 2 was the better one. I see Jedi, he agrees with me with 2. But Kevin, Andy, he's going to go with 1. JoJo says 3. But hey, JoJo, are you going to watch Hard Knocks episode 3? Well, if you do, I hope you watch it with me. So what I want everyone to do right now is to put this in your calendar. Hard Knocks watch party for episode 3. Join me Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern time, August 20th. That is a Tuesday. We got the club going up on a Tuesday. If you don't know that music reference, and I feel bad for you. So we got a Hard Knocks watch party, okay? I want you guys to join me. Hard Knocks watch party Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern time on August 20th. I hope to see you there. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.